You're lying awake at 2 in the morning, replaying a conversation from 3 years ago. Your mind is trapped in a loop of what-ifs and should-haves that feels impossible to escape. This happens because your brain is executing an ancient survival script. These racing thoughts are a biological mechanism designed to anticipate threats. It's just that in the modern world, your brain often treats a social awkwardness like a predator in the grass. We are walking through 5 specific methods today. We'll start with techniques for immediate relief from active spirals and move toward habits that change how you process stress over the long term. Understanding that this is a biological misfire is the starting point. Taking active control of that response is what allows you to manage the anxiety rather than being managed by it. The first method is the 5-4-3-2-1 sensory reset. When you feel a spiral starting, you anchor yourself in the present by naming 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch, 3 you can hear, 2 you can smell, and 1 you can taste. This countdown forces a shift in brain activity. By demanding high-level sensory processing, your brain pulls resources away from the amygdala, the fear center, and re-engages the prefrontal cortex, which handles logic and focus. Once you've regained a sense of the present, use thought labeling. When a negative assumption arises, add a descriptive phrase to the front of it. I am having the thought that I am a failure. This creates distance. You are no longer the failure. You are the observer of a thought about failure. This simple linguistic shift turns an overwhelming emotion into a data point for objective observation. These 2 interventions work because they disrupt the momentum of a panic loop. They provide the necessary pause to evaluate your situation with a clearer head. For long-term clarity, we use the 10-10-10 rule. Overthinking often relies on the idea that current emotions are permanent, but this rule forces you to look at a problem through 3 different lenses of time. Take a stressful event like sending a risky text. In 10 minutes, you might feel a spike of dread. In 10 months, you likely won't remember the details. In 10 years, the entire event will have had 0 impact on your life's trajectory. To handle recurring worries, try worry scheduling. When a distracting thought appears during the day, log it in a notebook or phone app to be addressed only at a designated time, such as 7 p.m. Your brain often loops on a problem because it's afraid you'll forget to solve it. Once the thought is logged in a trusted system, the mental pressure to keep the loop active typically diminishes. The final method is cognitive reframing. This involves looking at the facts of a situation to find a realistic, neutral, or growth-oriented angle, rather than accepting the first negative narrative your mind produces. Let's practice. Imagine a friend has left your message on read for 6 hours. Pause the video for a moment and try to find a neutral, factual explanation for this that doesn't involve a personal slight. A realistic reframe might be, they are likely busy with work, just as I am sometimes. Consistently choosing this factual view makes it easier for the brain to reach for a neutral interpretation during future moments of stress. Using these perspective-based habits changes your default response to stress. You are training yourself to move from reactive panic to structured problem-solving. In a high-stress moment, you can chain these together. Use the sensory reset to stop the physical spiral. Label the thought to gain distance, and use the 10-10-10 rule to regain perspective. Success is measured by progress, not perfection. You don't need to eliminate every negative thought. You only need to catch the loop and choose to use one of these methods before it takes over. Here is a summary of the 5 methods we've covered. You may want to keep these recorded somewhere easily accessible for the next time your mind begins to race. Managing your mind is a skill that improves with daily practice. Choose one of these methods to focus on this week and share which one you're trying in the comments below.